your dad show. Ooh, JJ and Deacon, they're the ones in the know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
News like an unconstitutional law targeting just one person turns out to be unconstitutional when it targets the targeter. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. We meet here Monday through Friday on rumble.com/JJW to drink coffee and read the news and talk about stuff that's awesome and make jokes, make laughs.
Coffee talk with Linda Richmond.
Have giggles.
Hello there, JJ.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. If you're here, hang out with us and chat. Say something in the chat. Let us know you're here. Good morning. Good morning, Deke. How was the weekend?
If I talk like this through the whole show, would this annoy you? It would really benefit me to practice my my accent. If I could talk like this through the whole show.
Do you think that people that's like a Jersey accent, right? Isn't that like a Jersey Northeast thing? I don't know.
New York, New Jersey. It's kind of an amorphous thing,
Yeah, it's all floating around. Don't we all have just like generic TV voice now? Do you think? Like when we were kids, when I was young, I remember my relatives, they had Texas voice and they sounded, a little country or whatever. But I learned talking watching TV mostly.
The Texan, okay, so you're getting into something that really interests me because I love to do voices and I listen to stuff like that. The Texan accent was harder for me to get because I grew up with around Southern accents. Yeah. And the Texas accent is Southern, but it's Texan. There's certain words that y'all hold out and draw out that are different than Southern people draw out. My ex-wife, her name was Stephanie, and this is how she said her name. It wasn't Stephanie, it was Stephanie, because this is how she talked, just like this right here. I'm not exaggerating one.
Really?
Yeah, this is how Stephanie talks. Wow. If I call her right now, she'll go, "Hey, Andy." Here's my uncle. "Hell, boy, I don't know. Don't ask me. Go ask your mama." That's my uncle. So I've always I love when people, especially like I've got a buddy named Dominico, and he is straight from New York City. And he's got an accent. I like talking to him because he's got that, he kind of has that little accent that goes up, and he doesn't throw out the words. He's really quick, he's really punchy.
I think accent, when we all speak the same language, but accents are so distinct, it really tells you how much of the human baseline personality is just a mimic. You hear things and you mimic them. That's what is happening. It's not like, oh, we have this cultural inheritance thing of this, oh, we all do this together. No, you heard someone say something some ways and you repeated it because your brain was like, I'm going to fit in. And, and it's not even a conscious thing. It's like way down. It's like, I will bet you money that you've gone into places that you don't normally go and people start talking a kind of certain way and you kind of slide right in there because I'm not going to stand out for sounding like a country bumpkin and you adopt that vocal timbre.
I do. My dad says all the time, I just talked with my buddy Joey about this the other day. My dad says all the time, "Bub, you don't talk like that. The way you talk on the radio ain't the way you talk in real life." And I say, "I know, Dad. That's a character. Even though my name is the same name on the radio, it's a mask that I put on because I'm on a country station. So when I come on, I'm gonna be a little bit more country. I'm gonna say some country stuff, and I'm gonna use some country slang because that's my listeners." If I was talking on a rock station, I would put a little bit more attitude in my voice and kind of talk like this a little bit. If I was on the hot AC station, when I was on the top 40 station, I was talking like this all the time.
Smiles in the voice.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's interesting.
I was desperately looking for this freaking video that I have that about accents that is there it is. I found it. Okay, JJ, you got to watch this.
All right, let's do it.
I hope you can hear this. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen on accents. Okay?
We have stories. They're just not as interesting as this.
No, you got to be quiet. Hang on.
All right.
I got to start all over again. All right, here we go.
All right.
Listen.
I can't hear anything. You didn't put it on the screen.
Oh, hell, never mind. That's right. I didn't put it on the damn screen. Hang on. What a morning we were having. This is on TikTok. You were just saying this is the funniest thing.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Like, you bitches really be pressed. Like, this is how I talk. Like, I don't, this is just my accent. Like, I really don't got no accent. Like, this just me. And then, like, y'all be saying, like, I ain't know you could sound a color.
What the fuck did she say? I have no idea what she said.
I have watched that video so many times. I know exactly what she says.
She said, I didn't know you could sound a color.
At the very end, yeah.
Come on, man. Lady, you know what you're doing. You know, you at least went through third grade. You at least had teachers that were talking to you normal through third grade. You know what you're saying.
Language is fun.
Yeah, but humans are like, we're mimics. You know, we are copying the things around us, which I think is fascinating.
We had dinner with Joey and his wife over the weekend, and she is from the Dominican Republic, and we were talking about
Joey.
We were talking about rolling of the R's in that. It's funny how this has come back up because we had something similar talking about it, and I said something like, and I remember what I said. I said, ruffles have ridges for some reason. Like, and I said that was a commercial years ago, and that was because the English language doesn't use a lot of you know?
We don't have a double R. We don't have a rolling R.
So she said, well, Joey said, say the sentences that they make you say as school children to practice rolling your R's. And she was like, I don't know what the crap she said, but there was millions of little like somebody was playing a snare drum, and it was awesome. And I was like, okay, so we didn't have that as kids. The same as the Asian culture doesn't really have the l and the you know, the r.
Right.
They don't have those sounds. So when they come over and try to speak English, it does. Yeah, and English people are like, ha ha ha, you're dumb. It's like, first of all, they're learning that they're doing pretty well with a second language that you haven't even mastered yet.
Yes,
so
right.
You need to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
And you speak even a
we
word
are so
of
uppity,
Chinese.
Americans.
All right, let's get to our stories.
Let's do stories. Okay. All right. So today's title: Adult Survivors Act unconstitutional, except for Trump. It's constitutional for Trump, but it's unconstitutional for everyone else.
Right.
This, first of all of today's stories are brought to you by Deacon, except for one. Okay, we'll get to that one in a minute. And check this out. The man who voted for law meant to ensnare President Trump now says that law he voted for is unconstitutional because a rape suit has been filed against him using the same law that he made up so that he could get Trump.
So explain a little bit more, JJ.
Yeah. So if you've ever watched any TV show ever, right, you've heard the term statute of limitations, right? Yeah. Statute of limitations means something took place so long ago, ain't nobody can prove shish, and they can't charge you with them. So there's
certain things that aren't a part of statute of limitations.
Yeah,
right?
sure. I mean, there's some things that are murder. There's no statute of limitation on murder. But you know what? You take your buddy's iPhone. Okay, that's not good. That's like $900. But then 7 years later, nobody ever charged you for it. Well, statute of limitations. Okay, so after like so many years, you can't. Now, E. Jean Carroll claimed that something happened 30 years ago. 30 years ago, she says she was sexually assaulted by Donald Trump in a changing room at a department store across the street from his hotel.
I remember that
story. A story that, yeah, and like Nobody believes that this story is true. The clothes that she says she was wearing that didn't exist when she says it happened, and there's no corroborating evidence. But that doesn't matter because this dumbass passed a law that said, "Oh well, if it was 30 years ago, you can file a lawsuit against anybody." And so there you go, Donald Trump. And then they didn't even really have a case to prove that he did it or didn't do it. It was really just like, you did it, bang. Now, how much money are you going to pay? So the guy that introduced that bill, the Democrat politicians in New York passed the Adult Survivors Act to punish Donald Trump and provide the ability for E. Jean Carroll to go after Trump after 30 years. Their Trump derangement syndrome blinded them to how it might impact them. This is something that I notice in the news. Democrats seem to have no ability to predict the future, and they seem to have no ability to understand how incentives work. Like, they don't understand what incentives are. They don't understand how humans behave, and they don't understand how incentives work. They just don't get it. I don't understand. So the now expired act allowed alleged victims to file civil lawsuits against their accused attackers in a specific window, even if the state statute of limitations had run out on the claim. And in November, the Gateway Pundit reported on allegations of sexual assault against the embattled New York City Mayor Adams stemming from an incident in 1993. Now, Kevin Parker, a Democrat state senator representing Brooklyn, is calling the Adult Survivors Act unconstitutional after he voted for it. Trump derangement syndrome has got him. I think I have a song about this. It's Il Jimbo. Man, have you guys heard that Il Jimbo song? Deke's not going to let me play it on the air, but it's great. Anyway, all right. So there you go. New York State representing stupid. Let's see. What else do we have this morning? We got a bunch of things. We got a bunch of little things. Let's see. Deke didn't even get a kind of chance. He had a phone call, and then he was on the air. He had a phone call. He'll be back in a minute. Deke wanted me to do this story, and I was like, I don't know, man. He's coming back. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, people at the other radio station aren't doing their commercials like they're supposed to, so they've been reading out this morning, and they're reading out at the other station, and we're trying to figure out.
What's reading out mean?
That means that the audio is not there. So on my screen over here, it will read out. It will show me your audio's not there. It's not going to play. There's nothing. It's going to. So
like it's dead air. Air.
It skips over it. It just skips over it, but it's a paid spot that's supposed to air at a certain time, and it's all legal. Yeah. And so I've got to, when you have something like that happens, I have to scramble to
run those commercials, y'all.
So that's what we were trying to find, is like, what happened to all this? So she was like, I've sent it.
Hey, if your clients would like to run a commercial here on our show, they get an audience of, I don't know, tens maybe.
I'm a cheap voice actor. I'm a lot cheaper than most of the people that you find online.
Okay. All right. Did you have any thoughts about this dummy?
I just thought that was very humorous. I mean, come on, dude. What the hell? Okay. Let me just put myself in this guy's shoes, the guy that we were just talking about. If I knew I had something in my past like he's being accused of,
it
looks like something like that would never leave the top part of my brain. Yeah. It's not one of those things that you suppress and never think of again. To me, at least, it would be like, oh my God, maybe if I do this,
but you're a normal person.
The forethought of these Democrat far left liberals that just hate Trump. It's almost, we for years have been watching these people that just absolutely frothing at the mouth hate Trump. It's like that's their only reason for living, is to hate this man. Right. And we've been complaining about it, but hindsight's 2020. Look back on it now. How many times has the feverish, blinding hate for Trump bit them in the ass for stuff like this? because they were so blinded by their hate, they didn't see anything else, even in their own lives.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and it's not just that. Okay, so like, you're a normal person. You're a normal person. You are not a sociopath. And I think that people that run in politics have sociopathic tendencies, and they just don't think that they will get caught. They don't think they just think that it's always going to work for them. They just don't care that other people are going to get hurt.
I think you nailed that right there. That's a big one that you nailed, that a lot of people, we just kind of say it and overlook it. But these people don't think that they're going to get in trouble. The super rich get out of trouble. They do.
Right.
I can tell you a very sad personal story. And it's it's one of those things that you have had to just eat it and go. There's no there.
Well, they have resources revenge. They can get out of it easier.
You want revenge so bad that there's no way to. You just have to hope that they will be judged one day for their actions.
Well, and look, we all will. We all going to get judged.
But these people, that's what you got to look at with these rich people, though. These people apparently that do this crap, because we can't do nothing about it. What are we going to do?
No, well,
nothing's going to happen out of this.
So this dude is Kevin Parker. Apparently, Olga Jean-Baptiste says that when she was working with Parker in efforts for relief in Haiti in 2004, that he grabbed her by the wrists and forcibly raped her at her home. Now, look, I'm not even substantiating these things, because, like, to me, it's equally possible that, like, oh, this guy did this, as it is crazy woman's just saying crazy stuff, probably to get money. Like, those are equally possible things. Parker's behavior has caused concerns in the past. In 2018, he tweeted to a GOP staffer, quote, "Kill yourself." Now, that's not good. You don't go around inciting self-harm. That's bad. Anyway, so we'll probably see this story come up a time or two more. Dude, everything seems like it's stuttering a little bit. Do you see this?
Yeah,
do you see like?
No, you're pretty clear. It only stuttered a second ago when I opened up these pages for a second.
Oh my gosh, it's the ads. It's the ads, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what's doing.
All right, I'm gonna drop that one there. Okay, what you got? What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about these. We've got to talk about the school protests, because some stuff happened over the weekend that you need to know about. That we want to first, it's all been negative news, JJ.
Yeah,
it's all been negative. Let's start off with something positive about these protesting, these college campus protesters. Oh, great. This is the freaking New York Post.
Yeah, I know. I realized that you had tricked me into opening a New York Post one. That was messing up my system.
Bad. That's my bad. All right. So the positive news here. Let me just bring up the flyer here so that all of you can see the flyer, and we'll just read it as it comes up. But the positive news is that we have all are welcome at this at the Rutgers Jewish students supporting Israel. They're having for these Jewish students and these people that support the Jewish people, they're having an end of the semester barbecue.
Okay, cool. Wait. Barbecue. What? That's not normal. Is that normal? Do I not know that that's normal? What's going on? I've never heard of a Jewish barbecue. Why have I never heard of that?
Because pigs have cloven feet and they don't chew the cud, so you can't eat them. And they will eat the dead. There's several reasons in the Jewish religion why.
So give me the
barbecue is normally associated. Yeah. We're making a joke here because barbecue is normally associated with pork. Barbecue. Yeah. Pork. You can also barbecue different other meats, but 99.999% of the entire world, when you say barbecue, they think pork.
Right.
That's a It's what your brain does. So
Who made that poster? I don't think that's a real poster.
I don't know.
Hey,
we're getting comments.
Oh yeah, that's Do Good. Do Good's there. What's up, Do Good?
Oh, I'm not reading that crap.
Listen, totally unrelated. A couple days ago, my kid's mom, my wife, went to. Listen, it's not the detail I'm focused on. I know. I said my kid's mom. My wife went to a business
on that.
Yeah, no. Jeez. Oh my God. I told you before the show I hadn't had enough coffee yet. This is super important. My wife took a business meeting for the college or whatever, and they went to Lupe Tortilla. Lupe Tortilla is a restaurant here in Houston, and it's a Mexican food restaurant. But let me tell you, this place makes the best ribs on planet Earth. And I know I'm in trouble. She brought me home with these ribs, these pork ribs, and they got like pepper in it and stuff. It's so good. I ate those ribs for 2 days. So that Jewish barbecue got nothing on nothing, because I'll tell you what, Lupe Tortilla every day.
I'll take your word for it.
My God, I can't believe that. Can we erase this? Can we rewind? Production, can you guys go back? No,
hang on, I got another one for you. Let me stop it because you really need to listen to this. And it's got subtitles, and you know how AI subtitles are anymore. Sometimes it gets words wrong and whatnot, and I don't know if it did on this or not.
Right.
So the protests are going on. These pro-Palestinian people are everywhere. Yeah. These kids, and they're protesting for this Palestine. And we're really what are you obviously have some concerns, you kids, right?
Right.
These
what are
kids
they?
Have concerns. We don't just hate you. We want to listen to your concerns.
I'm listening.
Try to understand your concerns. So here are a couple of the pro-Palestinian protesters.
Okay.
And these are their concerns.
I'm listening.
It's about a minute long.
The reason that we're protesting today has to do with the fact that nobody has ever invited us to any keggers on or off campus. We've never been invited to any parties. We've never even been looked at by any men. I mean, I used to be into men, but then I decided that it would be easier to be non-binary. So these are the main reasons that we are against Israel. It is also really frustrating that many of the Jewish students at this school seem to have large friend groups and are able to meet people and have fun and have a good time, and we just see that as colonialism at play. So without colonialism, we would be able to level the playing field and make sure that students like us would be the center of attention as opposed to popular people.
That is fake, and that's what happens when you wear a mask in public, you retards. You try to give a speech with a mask on, people are you're lucky you didn't sound like Chewbacca.
Have you ever seen the two guys in Southern California that go to the Southern California like board meetings and stuff, and they get up there, and the one guy always said, I remember how you can look him up. You just look up California board meeting, Chad Kroger. Because he had the same name as the guy from Nickelback, Chad Kroger. And so they'll get up there and be like, hello, they talk like Bill and Ted. Hello, councilman. My name is Chad Kroger, and this is my friend. And they get up there and they're very articulate, but they keep that same character, and they have like a very major concern, but it's not, It's freaking great, dude. There's a bunch of them.
I haven't seen any of that. I've never heard of that.
All right,
Googling it got me to MSNBC, and that froze my computer. So,
getting to the serious portion of these protests now. The University of Mississippi has opened up a conduct probe after a confrontation between a black student and these counter protesters. Okay, so they finally opened up a conduct probe against students in these protests. Do you know which student it was? We actually watched this video the other day. Do you remember the video that we shoe? A big, really big shoe. with the overweight black girl, and everyone was chanting Lizzo, 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 and she was do you remember that video?
Not really. But that's pretty funny.
She was out there. She was pro-Palestine. She was filming, and then all the crazy frat boys were shouting Lizzo, Lizzo, Lizzo. It got everybody doing it because they thought it was hilarious, and all these kids were doing it. And the boys are going nuts. And one of the boys acted like a monkey, and they got it on film. And now they're freaking doing a student conduct probe over the one guy that acted like a fucking monkey.
Are you kidding?
No. Read the story.
We got these students tearing these buildings up, tearing up places, camping on the park and front lawn. and people combat this stuff the only effective way, which is by making jokes. It's the only way you're going to win these fights. These people are not rational. They're not listening. The only thing you can do is make fun of them and make everybody laugh at them until they go away.
Palestinian guys were throwing bottles, water, hitting people when they were trying to defend the flag. But this University of Mississippi has opened a student conduct investigation after actions of hostility and racist overtones were portrayed during a demonstration on campus. About 30 pro-Palestinian protesters were demonstrating in a barricaded zone when they were surrounded by about 200 counter-protesters. The particular video shows a group of mostly young white men, you damn white devils, I swear to God, counter-protest yelling at a black woman. At least one counter-protester is seen on video what appears to be monkey gestures at the woman, although CNN has not confirmed that is the case. But we're going ahead and we're going to fucking report it anyway, you assholes, even though we haven't confirmed it. We even say it halfway freaking down.
Holy Moses. I can't believe they reported something that, of course I can. It's CNN. It's not news.
So they did not confirm the case, but by God, they contacted the big Lizzo woman, and she said, one thing that will never break me is people taunting me or making monkey noises at me. Well, that's good, because people making monkey noises at me doesn't offend me either. So,
I mean,
the monkey gestures and people calling me fat or Lizzo didn't hurt my feelings because I know what I am. I am so confident in that's awesome that you are confident, but you're confident in your blackness. You need to be confident in your I want to kill all Jews standpoint as well. You don't seem very confident in that, because when somebody starts to hurt your feelings, even though you just said it didn't hurt if it didn't hurt your feelings, you would tell them not to do a student conduct probe.
I demand going forward from CNN that when they're going to report on students, I want to know the major of the student. I want to know the declared major. Kidding. And I also want to know the current grade point average. Okay. So if you're going to tell me that a so-and-so student at this university, I want to know the major. And I want to know the grade point average, because I'm going to bet you that this person either has a degree in some form of arts or has a very low GPA, because this sounds like a stupid person. But, whatever. University of Mississippi, they're investigating. You guys need to investigate maybe the dipshits taking over your school. All right, whatever.
I'm telling you, it's going to be 5 years. The repercussions. People are not going to want to send their kids anymore. Arts or history. That's right. Hey,
history is useful. History is useful.
If I always said that if I had a crap ton of money, I would probably always be enrolled in some sort of college class with history or something.
The thing is, there's all kinds of stuff you can learn all the time.
I love learning, man. Yeah. I really do. I didn't love learning until I got out of school.
History is super valuable for looking back and realizing how you effed all these other things up, and like, I shouldn't have done any of that stuff. And I don't know how useful it is projecting forward and getting on the right track, but it's great for analysis.
Let me tell you something that I've always been good at ever since I was a little kid. Oh God, what's this one?
Joey says, "Hey man, hey now, arts major here. You have a point though. I was surrounded by liberals. Yeah, no, you are.
He's a music. He's a music.
Oh, he's a
major.
music guy. Okay,
Yeah,
all
he's a
right.
musician. He can play anything.
Oh,
What was I
really?
going to say? I don't remember what I was going to say now.
History? Something about history?
Oh, one thing that you need to look at in history is I've always been a pattern person. Ever since I was a little kid, I could easily pick up patterns and stuff. I always said that's why I was so good in music, because music is nothing but patterns. Once you figure out patterns, it's very easy. And history is very good. You said history is good at, learning the mistakes and whatnot, but history is good at seeing patterns. You go back and read history and you can see the patterns of things that happen. Don't just read about the American Civil War, read about the 10 or 15 or 20 years before the American Civil War and everything that was happening in the government and what was going on. And then you will start to see patterns that are mimicking patterns that are going on today, or the World War after World War I, before World War II, all the stuff that was going on between World War I and World War II. They teach you World War I in U.S. in history class, and they teach you World War II, but you might have one paragraph about what happened in between. That's not enough. If you start paying attention, you start noticing patterns. And once you start noticing those patterns, it wakes your ass up to shit that's happening today. And you're like,
the thing is, the stuff that's happening today is obvious and it's telegraphed and it doesn't matter. It's not like it's a secret code that you got to crack. It's on the front page of every newspaper.
And
the garbage they're doing to
cares.
Trump, they're trying to take over. They're trying to take over the government. We have the CIA and the NSA running social media accounts, changing, literally getting caught, changing the minds of Americans, and there's no secret cabal. There's just dumb people everywhere.
That, my friend, is a whole nother freaking aluminum tinfoil hat, because why is everyone so dumb today? Why does everyone not care? It's a multitude of things. Pharmaceutical stuff that they put in our food, stuff that they put in our medicine, stuff that they put in our brains and our eyes every day, dumbs us down.
Yeah. Well, maybe it does. I don't know.
Maybe,
I mean, definitely no. I mean, definitely definitely our food is messed up. Like, we've been having processed foods since the 30s or 40s, which, hey, it's great that we have refrigeration now and we can have we won't starve, but we're all eating food that's got who knows what in it, and it's plastics, maybe, I don't know. But what you can see is that for the last 50 years, we've been eating food in America like this. And you can look at the reproductive chart of the United States, and you can see that we used to have 2.1 children per family, right? 2.1 children. And the birth rate has fallen since 1970. And it's so low now. We're in danger. We're in danger of not being able to reproduce our country. And it's not just us. It's everywhere in the Western world that they have processed foods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm talking about this.
That's weird. We're talking about other things in other parts of the world. Let's bring up this, since this is happening in somewhere else in another part of the world that I was like, what now?
Yes. Let's find out how terrible they are so that we can feel good about being Americans.
Over in Russia, they're doing nuclear drills.
Well, F.
That's the show. Everyone have a good day. Bye.
Man.
Russia said Monday it plans to hold drills simulating the use of battlefield nuclear weapons amid rising tensions following comments by senior Western officials about the possibility of deeper involvement in the Ukraine war. The Kremlin brands
be in the Ukraine war.
Ukraine's by France's Marcon and Britain's Cameron. So it comes from Marcon and Cameron from Britain and France. The announcement came on the eve of the Russian President Putin's inauguration to a fifth term in office, and in a week when Moscow on Thursday will celebrate Victory Day, its most important secular holiday, marking its defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II.
Right.
That's some interesting stuff.
Listen, dude,
when you get into Russia and the Nazis fighting in World War II, and you start looking at Mother Nature playing a role in some of those battles.
Well, Russia's been doing the same thing for 1,000 years. Oh, we got into a fight. Back up. They retreat during the winter.
Yeah, during the winter.
They retreat during the winter, and then everybody follows them and it dies.
They freeze. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Listen, okay, I think I can, right here, I can solve global problems right now. Obviously, we stopped sending money. We stopped sending money to Ukraine. We stop that right now. Just stop. Stop cutting checks. What is Russia most upset about? It's about when, like, at the end of the Soviet Union, they said, we'll let you have Germany back as long as you guys don't grow NATO. And then for like 30 years, we added 50 countries to NATO, which is rather provocative. So I say this. The United States should drop out of NATO. The United States should drop out of NATO, leave all the European countries. They can fund it themselves. They can do whatever they want. We retreat out of NATO. We get out of NATO. And we're like, good luck, guys, and stop funding Ukraine.
You're funny.
I'm serious. I'm so serious.
This is the craziest hypothetical story I've ever heard.
This is great. No, this is a good idea. This is a good idea because then the Europeans are going to have to just deal with the Russians. And you know what? Like, why can't we just be friends with Russians? Other than I can't understand Cyrillic or whatever the hell they talk, but you know what? They sound cool on movies. Like, you know, are they always the bad guys? And a lot of times they're the bad guys. But, you know, listen, have you seen the stuff that the United States have been doing for like the last 30, 40 years? We're not the good guys either. So maybe we could just be friends with these guys.
Did someone put some acid in your coffee?
I'm not getting on Team Russia. I'm saying get out of everything and be Team America.
Well, good luck with that.
That's what I'm saying. At least stop paying for NATO. Can we stop paying for NATO?
Yeah, good luck with that. You need to do a little history lesson on how NATO was started.
Okay, new idea. How about we sell? No, I got another idea. Why don't we start exclusively selling Boeing airplanes to Russia? That's a different idea.
Do you have a Boeing story? Is this a
no,
JJW?
There are now 10 new whistleblowers since the first 2 whistleblowers are dead. There's now 10 more that are like, this is bad, guys. Did you see that? You didn't see that? Let me pull that up real quick.
Okay. And then I have another story that Brian in our chat sent to us last week, or he made us aware of it. We talked about it, and there's another one. I just wanted to pick up a pattern here. We're talking about patterns this morning.
Oh, that's not it. Maybe it was over here. Boeing. All right, I can't remember where I saw it, but there were 10 new whistleblowers from Boeing.
Okay.
Since the first 2 expired.
All right, I'm gonna bring up this story. So last week, Brian he posted a story in our Discord server. If you want to go right above JJ's head and hit that. Oh, I can't do it right now. Hang on. JJ,
forget about it. It's in the description below, just like everywhere else. It's gonna cover your face when you bring the story up.
That's okay. It's gonna cover your face. So last week we were talking about how this happened in Virginia, and they rammed a army base, and it caught on fire. It couldn't, and Brian told us in the chat that it happened again. That was like the second one. So this story popped up over the AP that a driver has died after a vehicle crashed into an outer perimeter gate of the White House complex, and the incident late Saturday is being investigated as a traffic crash. The male driver, who was not immediately identified, was found dead in the vehicle following the crash. There's 2 at least that we know had hit these and died. The Secret Service said security protocols were put in place. There was no threat to the White House. The Secret Service and police will continue to investigate. That's 3. That's 3 between Virginia and Washington, D.C., and that's not a long way. That's in the area.
I mean, they're right there. They're right there.
Yeah. So
all right, listen. So here's some possible explanations. 1, guy lives a high stress life and he has a heart attack driving by the White House and he dies and then the car crashes.
So all of those true. Okay, a traffic accident. Let's bundle all those into true traffic accident. Yeah, could have been. Right. Number 2, it could have been people trying to see what if I crash the car into this gate. What's going to happen? Right. What kind of response is going to come from wherever, all over the place? What's going to happen? What happens when we do this at an army base? What kind of response happens? What do they do? Let's do it over at this army base to try out. Let's do it at the Air Force base. Let's do it here at the White House. Let's see what the response is. That is a fictional possibility.
That is true. That's possible.
So
I don't know. We don't know.
Pointing out patterns.
We'll
Pointing
just
out
have to
patterns.
trust the FBI or Secret Service. We'll have to trust the Secret Service to give us all the details.
Wait, let me see. I had one more story.
I got one. I got. You had the Brittany Griner one. You got the Brittany Griner one. You want to talk about that?
Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to bring this up real quick because I know that Christmas is in 233 days away, and if you are looking for a gift for my buddy JJW, you can't go wrong with Brittany Griner's new autobiography, where she details her experience in the Russian prison and being an NBA star. So, this is coming out pretty soon. The 6'8" center looks different and has different priorities now since her 10-month stay in the Russian prison.
This is from AP News.
Yeah.
I'm honestly fair. Well, I thought isn't Brittany one of those people that does pronouns different? You know,
I don't
does
know.
she not go by he, her, or
I have no
something?
idea.
They didn't even offer an examination of her pronouns. This is AP though. I don't. Well, you know, we did give like lots of, I think, arms dealers to get her back. So we did provide Russia with like a lot of arms dealers.
Yeah. So it was a good trade. We got a WNBA player, and they got at least one major arms dealer released from prison, right?
Right.
It was at least one. Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty fair deal. And now you get an autobiography detailing the whole experience from Brittany's eyes. Because don't you want to see what she went through, right?
Not really.
So just expect that package.
Honestly,
maybe a week before Christmas.
I'm going to be honest.
You don't have to get me anything in return.
If it weren't for the fact that she got caught in Russia with weed and got national headlines because of that, I would have never heard her name, and you wouldn't have either.
Yeah, I know.
It's terrible. It's the most important thing that's ever happened in her life, and she's a WNBA star. But getting sent to jail is the most important thing that's ever happened to her. I'm sorry. That's not even funny. I'm such a dick.
That's why I like you so much.
All right. Let's talk about something that matters to somebody. Something that matters a lot to somebody. I mean, I think maybe this might matter more to this person than, I can't even think of something that matters as much to you, or maybe even to me. This is maximally important.
I'm sorry. I've got to pull this up. This comment's a little late, but when I was talking about World War I and World War II, Do Good posted this comment.
Damn, that's some awesome.
I don't
that's
care.
Awesome. Own it. Own it. That's amazing.
Oh, okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Our bad.
Our bad.
All right, here we go.
Have a hamburger.
Prepare yourselves, sir, to be corrected. To be and accept it. Eat it. Own it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. Okay.
Watch as super famous actress Halle Berry screams, "I have menopause." Now, this is not attention seeking. This woman has something important to say. We're gonna listen.
I was at the doctor 3 days ago, and I went in to talk to him about an issue, and I said to him, "You know why I'm having this issue, right?" And he says, "Yes, I know." I said, "Tell me, why am I having this issue?" He said, "You tell me why you're having the issue." I said, "No, you tell me why I'm having the issue." And we went back and forth. You tell me, you tell me, you tell me. I finally realized he wasn't going to say it. So I thought, okay, I have to do what no man can do. I have to say it. I said, "I'm in menopause!" Okay? And that's why I'm having this issue. And he said, "Oh my God, I could never say that to you. Look at you. You don't look like you're in menopause. I could never say that. And if I said that to all of my female clients, they'd punch me." And again, I knew that is why I'm here doing this work, because it has to be destigmatized. The shame has to be taken out of menopause. We have to talk about this very normal part of our lives.
What is she talking about?
Our doctors can't even say the word to us, let alone walk us through the journey of what our menopause.
Do you know why doctors won't say the word? Because you women take it so badly. Menopause is a natural part of your biological aging. It happens to women between 45 and 55, and Halle Berry is 57 years old.
Here's my impression of most of these doctors. Okay, Mrs. So and So, I did the test, and you have. I'm sorry to tell you, you're going through menopause. Excuse me, where are you going? Can you at least hit the copay before you leave? You're not paying. She's not paying. Another one's not paying.
That's honestly, I'm going to be real about this. I'm going to be completely real. It is a natural biological part of women aging, right?
Yep.
Men go through something that is a natural biological part of our aging with our sexual reproduction organs, just like women do. Men go through something like that too. We have medicine that we take for it. You women have medicine that you take for it. Men don't like to talk about it. Men don't want to talk about it with their doctor. Men don't want to ask their doctor to please give them a medicine to do what it does. Just like women don't want their doctor to tell them they have menopause. It's the same thing.
This is so easy to explain. Look, you're 40 something. I'm 40 something.
I'll be 47 in a less than a month.
And you don't feel 47 in your brain.
No,
right.
My body feels 87, but I feel
allow yourself to for a moment be representative of men your age, right? And there's some percentage of men your age that want to be perceived as younger than they are for various strategic reasons that have a lot to do with the natural human impulse to reproduce.
Much like nature and males in the animal kingdom, men do the same thing. They try to overcompensate for once they get to this certain age. A lot of men try to overcompensate with other things in life.
You want to remain attractive.
Put their peacock feathers up because they've gotten ratty over the years.
And look Miss Halle Berry here, surrounded by these other women, right? And do you notice anything different? These women all of the same of an age?
I bet you every one of those women behind her are at least the same age as Halle Berry or younger. But look at them, white hair, gray hair, Nancy Reagan 1982 hairdo, church mom hairdo over here. And Halle Berry looks like
over there on the farthest.
Old.
This one right here, I'm not making fun of her. I'm saying, like, these women, if they had a preference to look like Halle Berry, don't you think they would? If they could, don't you think they would? Halle's up here like, I'm still a movie star.
That's what I was going to say. The difference between those four women and Halle Berry probably is that those four women don't drink the blood and adrenochrome of children, and Halle Berry does. So
that is Deacon saying that, and you can find his email address
this morning.
You got something to say to him? I didn't say that. That is not.
You can get Deacon at JJW Your Two Dads.
Oh, damn it, you bastard! All right, that's my. Look,
that's my
Halle.
story.
There's not stigma, okay? Maybe there's stigma in your brain, but like it's just natural that women don't want to be perceived as old for very natural reason, which is they want to remain viable reproductive mates. That's it. It's simple like that. Okay.
I don't know. It's because I don't know. All right, so I got one more little bonus story here for you that I was saving. It's kind of a you don't have to worry about this anymore. We're passing along some great news to you, JJ. You do not have to worry about China attacking the United States anytime soon because we have some giant pandas in the San Diego Zoo under a conservation partnership. All right. So under partnership with China, we have gotten two pandas, Yun Chan and Xing Bao. And they are, aren't they? I've seen pandas one time, long time ago. They're just so cool. But we have them now, and they are China's property. And since they're over here, that's the first thing that went through my mind. I was like, we're getting a couple of pandas from China. Well, they're not going to attack us anytime soon because we have the pandas.
Hostage situation, right? It's not we didn't. And we didn't trade any arms
China,
dealers for those, did we?
If China, with all this crap happening in the United States right now, with everything happening in the United States right now, and China was like, "Yeah, we want our pandas back. We're not. I know we had some schedule to go to San Diego Zoo, but we're not going to send them to you." Don't you think that would be like a giant?
I don't know.
Why are you not sending us
Darren,
pandas?
listen,
They send
there's
us
something
pandas that
like
make it a little easy.
there's something like 30,000, maybe more, like Chinese Communist Party agents in the United States. There's maybe more. But I think the number, how many is it?
Yeah, ask Google. It's going to give you the correct answer. There are three.
No, I've seen a story. There was a story. Chinese Communist member data leaked shows thousands in U.S. Darren, see? Look at this. American Military News. This is from 2020. Apparently, and we've run stories like this before, normally about illegal immigration and stuff like that. But there are this database link in 2020 reported by the Australian revealed the identities of 2 million Chinese Communist Party members, thousands of which were discovered to be employed by Western businesses and government agencies, and 79,000 branches of the CCCP. So there's a bunch. There's thousands of anyway. So more likely they're just trying to put some pandas here so that when they take over San Diego, they've already got some entertainment.
Maybe they're
That's
not pandas. Maybe they're like mutated, because the Chinese does all that DNA and whatnot. Maybe they're like panda super soldiers. That was the United States
in Wuhan that was doing that, though. That was us.
All right, let's get to the song of the day.
Please.
All right, song of the day. You're going to like this week, JJ. What year did you graduate?
Choppy. 1996, sir.
96. I graduated in 95. So this week we are doing songs. If you go over our Discord server, I'll have to do. I didn't know that, so I thought you were 95 too. I'm doing the U.S. Top 40 singles for the week ending in May the 6th, 1995. Number 10 was "Water Runs Dry" by Boyz II Men. You remember that song?
Boyz II Men. That's all I know.
Oh man, this was one of my first concerts that I got to go to by myself. Was a friend of mine, and me and my buddy Henry, and we drove to a Boyz II Men concert. And this no-name girl named Brandy opened up for them. We were like, "Hey, she's pretty good." She ended up being super famous. But this was one of the best songs in that concert. "Water Runs Dry." It was they had a guy with one snare drum and brushes, and he came out and it rained on the stage, and it was great. It was awesome. It was a great show. Number 9 this week in 1995 was a great song by Tupac, "Dear Mama." So it's a good one. So we're going to do the top 10 songs for this week in 1995. So there you go.
Awesome.
28 years ago. 29 years ago. 29 years ago. I graduated 29 years ago. Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
I don't have a joke.
Hang
on, maybe
let's
I do.
See. Where's it at? Oh, jokes. Right, it's joke time. I knew that.
Did you see where Mark Hamill went to the White House over the weekend, and then he did a little thing in front of the press thing, and he said he called Joe Biden Joby One Kenobi? I was like, way to completely make a whole group of people not ever fucking watch Star Wars again, you dumbass.
He don't care. He's an activist, dude. He's an activist.
He on his Twitter over the weekend, he posted, "May the 4th be a day."
I know. I saw what
you did. A make-believe defender of the galaxy met a real-life defender of democracy, and it had a picture of him and Biden. See that?
So
I replied, "As a kid, I always thought Luke was a dumbass and always wondered why he was the hero. The intuition was strong with me. Mark, you are a has-been actor and a one-trick voice actor. I can mimic your one voice perfectly. If you weren't famous, you wouldn't get any voiceover work." I can do that Joker voice almost perfectly.
I was going to pull your tweet up, but I couldn't find it as fast as you read that thing. Yeah, you're taking shots at Mark Hamill.
I was hoping Mark Hamill would like retweet me and call me an asshole or something. I'm like,
Yeah. He's been at it too long. He's not gonna fall for that. Hey, all right, jokes. We do jokes at the end of the show. What kind of hats do you wear on your legs? What kind of hats do you wear on your legs?
I don't know.
Kneecaps. That's terrible. That is one of the worst, perhaps ever. I'm gonna put 2 X's on that. That's bad.
I don't know. I can't find my. Okay. Okay. This is a dumb one. This is a JJ joke. What did one ocean say to the other? The punchline is not what you think.
I don't know. What did one ocean say to the other?
Not what you think. The punchline is not what you think.
I don't get it.
You really don't get it?
I really don't get it.
I'm telling you, what did one ocean say to the other? And then I immediately answer you. The punchline is not what you think.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's not good.
I'm sorry.
It's not,
it's
not that it's not good. It's just, it just isn't funny at any way.
That you're not smart enough to get. Okay. How do you catch a unique rabbit?
How do you catch
a unique rabbit?
I don't know.
You sneak up on it.
I can't give you a laugh track.
Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I can earn a laugh track on this. How do you catch a tame rabbit?
How do you catch a tame rabbit?
Tame way. You sneak up on it.
Oh, okay. That one was good. Okay.
Thank you.
You can have. All right, my last one. Why did the banana wear sunscreen to the beach?
I don't know.
Because it didn't want to peel. All right, thanks for hanging out, folks. We'll be back tomorrow.
Folks.
Very sorry about this show, is what we are.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Tune in now to that show. JJ and Deacon, they're the ones that know. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Conspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
That's a huge bitch.